Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to shed a light on a topic that demands our attention, compassion, and understanding. Now, before I explain to you what it actually is, I want you to really take a second and picture this. Imagine living amongst towering mountains of trash up to 40 meters in height. Imagine living amidst a landscape dominated and desecrated by decomposing trash and debris. Imagine the lightheadedness you feel when you wake up every single morning to the stench that permeates in the air. In this place, the ground is no longer visible, and every step you take is pile on pile of trash. This place is Bantar Gebang. Bantar Gebang is Southeast Asia's biggest landfill site, home to 100,000 inhabitants, spanning 200 acres, home to 29 million tons of trash, and reaching a height of 40 meters tall. It is the true epitome of our human greed, environmental neglect, and our negligence. Most of you sitting in this room right now might have never heard of Bantar Gebang before. And even if you have, you never could have imagined A, its magnitude, or B, how close its proximity is towards each and every one of us sitting in this room right now, only an hour away from the bright gleaming lights of the capital city of Jakarta. The pemulung living in Bantar Gebang, pemulung meaning trash collectors living on site the landfill site, yes, 100,000 of them face two challenges within their lifetime. The first challenge being that there's a lack of discourse. The reason why many of you have never heard of Bantar Gebang before is because it's an extremely taboo topic where there's no dinner time conversations to raise awareness about it. That is why awareness is ever so vital, because without a recognition or acknowledgement of the issue, there will never be any incentive or a step forward to find a solution. In fact, Bantar Gebang is urgent right now. The solutions need to make a change. In fact, the Jakarta Post gives Bantar Gebang 4 more years until it reaches a maximum capacity. And even though the government has allocated 15 billion rupiah towards its disposal, there still remains no proper waste treatment facilities on site to this day. Now, the next question you might be asking me is, Chiara, is it possible that we actually clean up Bantar Gebang? And my answer is yes. This is not just critical optimism like what Emily was talking about. This is a picture of Citarum River. That might have rung a bell because the Citarum River was once dubbed and made massive headlines as the world's most dirtiest river. Since 2020, the Indonesian government has taken massive strides to turn the river into what you see on the right to what you now see on the left. I believe the exact same thing can be done with Bantar Gebang. The only difference between Bantar Gebang and Citarum is that Bantar Gebang has yet to make an internet break. It has yet to have awareness being raised about it, which is why I stand before you today. The second challenge that the pemulung face is the humanitarian crisis that is unfolding day by day. This is a picture of a pemulung. And he is one of the many that comes from the outskirt islands on the vast archipelago of Indonesia. They are mostly work immigrants where they lack government identification cards KTP and birth certificates, meaning they are barred and socially ostracized from lucrative employment opportunities and political institutions, so they're not able to exercise their human rights. Among the 100,000 pemulung living here are 7,000 children, just like myself, and just like the children sitting in this room right now. The pemulung children in Bantar Gebang are not able to access the need-based meritocratic scholarships like Kartu Indonesia Pintar or the free schooling that was implemented by the government just for poor and impoverished children like themselves, all because they are not able to prove their legality as Indonesian citizens. So what are we doing to solve this? I believe that nonprofits need to make a stand, especially to fill the gap where the government has limitations. My project is called Economy 360. At Economy 360, we have the goal to solve the multifaceted problems that Bantar Gebang poses. First, you have the environmental problem, but you also have the humanitarian crisis. You must not forget any of those two factors in creating your solution. Now, at Economy 360, we have a three-phase plan. The first plan is to turn food waste into fertilizer. According to the National Waste Management Information Systems, a quarter of all 7,000 tons of waste that Bantar Gebang receives every single day is food waste. Now that's 3,300 tons of food waste every single day. Now, what I'm going to say next might come as an extreme shock to you, but yes, the pemulung living in Bantar Gebang consume this food waste. Not only is this a major health risk, which means that the government should take a stand, but this will benefit the national economy in the long run. Why? The thing is, Indonesia's agricultural sector is booming right now. The Indonesian government already actively subsidizes fertilizer, sending 43,000 kilograms of fertilizer to the island of Sumatra last month alone. This means that by converting food waste into fertilizer, by reallocating this federal budget, the Indonesian government is able to kill two birds with one stone. The first one being addressing the environmental problem that Bantar Gebang poses, and secondly, by contributing to the productivity of our agro sector. The second phase plan of Economy 360 is by providing economic empowerment and vocational skills training towards the pemulung living in Bantar Gebang. By providing them with vocational skills training accredited by private sectors in several entry-level industries, including soap making, carpentry, and sewing, for instance, we can provide the pemulung with a gateway and key to a brighter future, sustainable employment, and long-term income, where it transcends the fact they are not national, transcends the fact that they don't have the skills, and to show employers that yes, we have proven that these pemulung actually are able to create a livelihood for themselves. They are skilled and they should be given a second chance. The third and last phase plan of Economy 360 is to provide the 7,000 children in Bantar Gebang with an informal form of education. Yes, informal, because this is the only way we can transcend the fact they are not national. We collaborate with Cases Procure Indonesia, a non-profit organization that has already built 5 multi-purpose schools and libraries on-site the landfill site. By providing impact numbers of 1,000 children with a library and a gateway to key to a future, we can really change and make a difference towards the people and children living in Bantar Gebang. As the beginning speaker once said, children are a future generation, and we should make sure that they have a bright future. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring your attention to this beautiful batik that I'm wearing today. This batik represents the working class in Indonesia and the employment opportunities that Economy 360 would be providing to them. And the suit that I'm wearing today showcases the empowerment that Economy 360 seeks to provide the pemulung in Bantar Gebang. Before I end, I'd like to say this. It is up to us, as a member of a privileged society, to decide the fate of these pemulung, especially because they themselves do not have a say. Join us at Economy 360, going full circle to bring and find simplicity.